I am Wysteria McBrylcreem, formerly Professor of Lytic Studies at Bovine University, and host of the PBS show Hot Air, produced by member station OYYY, a question more pertinent now than ever. I am taking the unprecedented step of embarking on a video broadcast, available on a schedule to be determined using an undisclosed algorithm calculated by amalgamating the phase of the moon, the urgency in responding to the current news cycle, and our ability to locate a secure internet connection. This video broadcast is not the only unprecedented turn of events of late. Since November 8th, we have entered into heretofore uncharted political terrain. Like many, the election has forced me to confront my deep denial and grapple with subsequent grief and shock. For a fortnight, I overindulged in pots of pu'er tea and shortbread, catatonic and confused. It was only the stench of 2 weeks' accumulation of kitty litter that brought me back to my senses. It became apparent in the aftermath of the election, and I do mean aftermath in the literal sense of the word, meaning a period of time following a disastrous event, that it is incumbent upon us all to unleash our full human and spiritual potential to respond to the emergent conditions. Ergo, after conducting a thorough hygienic cleansing, the first thing I did was to take a lover. I realized that by subordinating physical and sensual expression to intellectual pursuits for nigh on 4 decades, the groundwaters of my creative juices, so to speak, had become overdrawn, and that my personal ecosystem had become brittle and limited in its ability to respond to extreme political and cultural conditions, such as those that have recently been revealed. In addition to the individual satisfaction of recharging said groundwaters, attending to personal balance and resilience now seems imperative to me in the interests of enhancing effectiveness for the sake of the movement. After treating strained muscles and getting some much-needed sleep, I subsequently tendered my resignation to Bovine University. It became apparent to me that the academic institution to which I had devoted a substantial proportion of my adult life had failed not only to predict this faux populist insurgence, but had few tools with which to cogently comprehend it, and vanishingly fewer with which to respond in material ways. After considerable investigation and consultation with a professional coach, an astrologer, the I Ching, and my accountant, my new vocation was revealed. I have joined a resistance movement aptly named the Mycelial Underground. While the fungal philic among you may immediately comprehend the connotations, please indulge me in explanation. Mycelia are masses of branching tubes that form the growing structure of a fungus, of which mushrooms are the reproductive organs. Mycelia can be so small as to be invisible to the naked eye, or vast. The largest organism in the world is a 2,000-year-old mycelial mat in eastern Oregon that is 2,200 acres in size. Mycelia are decomposers, essentially turning biomass into compost. They can eradicate pollutants in a process called bioremediation and there is increasing evidence of the critical role mycelia play in soil carbon sequestration. The mycelial underground resistance movement engages in fungal biomimicry, creating a branching subterranean network of life-affirming, creative, and regenerative actions that sequester equity and peace and bioremediate the toxins of greed and injustice. And so, as the initial post-election grief recedes, concern and vigilance remain high as Inauguration Day approaches, portending an era of chaos, churlishness, and rampant incompetence, hypocrisy, and fascism, punctuated by Trump's Twitter Tourette syndrome. As a constructive response to the darkness and despair to which it is tempting to succumb, I encourage you to look to mycelia for inspiration and make yourself a hypha in the growing web of fungal interconnectivity, decomposing a pollutant or injustice of your choosing and turning it into life-affirming humus. I invite you to send information on life-affirming mycelial-like projects and actions via email to Wysteria, OYYY@gmail.com or on my new YouTube channel at Wysteria McBrylcreem. Thank you for listening.